Yeah, so many rounds used in this video. It's amazing. Valuigi versus microprocessor round 2. How that duplicates is just great.
Yeah, I mean, trying to recycle this is a good way to clean out your source folder.
Yes.
There for a while.
I like how you use that Daniel Radcliffe round in particular. Those two little bits. Also the Kirkhoff versus Super Coffee round 2 as well.
There's a bit of a Sid is not a battle next there too, right?
No, that wasn't a round 2.
I guess it's the match between me, Gamebop, and Micro.
Yes. Great British Turd versus Fiat X round 2.
The day when they both met the two big bad boys from YTP Tennis.
Yes. And your round 2.
It's certainly no El Clasico, but I'll put up one heck of a fight.
Yeah. This round is like one of the fastest videos I've ever seen right here, round 2.
Yeah.
I think this is like one of the first videos I favorited on my account.
Yeah.
And I remember the reception for it.
Both of them were the masters and I was the apprentice.
Yes, I suppose. I read you said you put in like all 3 of your guys' avatars in this video somewhere, but nowadays I can't find where those are. I watched it probably like 50 times trying to find them.
Such is the nature of the beast, I suppose.
Yeah.
Seriously, I'll just rate the video just like far too much.
Yeah. Round 3 I've always thought is like incredibly beautiful because of its layout and that continuation of the layer trend. But this YTP and base segment, I love the combination of all the colors and everything. It's just so pretty to look at.
Well, hell's pretty to listen to.
Yeah, I used to watch this video like 10 times every day just for that song. And I like how he barely does anything with the rest of the round at the end. But then round 4, I absolutely love because it doesn't try very hard to edit the previous round at all. In fact, a lot of the edits are kind of bare bones, but it does a really good job of making it seem like a good volley, especially with the YTP and V segment and those.
Not if I remember correctly, what he remembers when he posted his 3rd round, saying that it was kind of rushed.
Huh.
I just remembered that comment.
Yeah. I remember I also have the VIG file for this round, and those circles were always interesting to me, spinning around, and how they were just kind of flashing at different times. And that thing where you repeat the layer segment from the previous round in a rhythmic pattern I always thought was really funny. Just boing, dang, 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 bang it, dang it, dang.
I forgot about that. Just Joe Dart riding a freaking truck.
I guess these two are the culture people and I'm just a gangster.
Yeah.
There's an interesting coincidence with that, actually.
Yeah.
Because I had scanned that in from like a Find the Pokemon book, but apparently Micro had bought that book very shortly before I made that round.
Yeah, he actually commented saying that. I was just like, that's amazing. It's yet another coincidence.
Oh jeez, that quality. No, it was right in 2010 with that quality.
Yeah. I do
try
like
exporting as .3 GP next time.
Yeah. Jolteons.
Jolteon intensifies.
I was actually not bad YTP that made, but I still think it wasn't as best as the others, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Glaceon. I like how he kind of does very simple manipulation with some segments. Like he tiles them, or he does this kind of TV simulator thing. I think that was actually a really good way to volley a majority of that previous round.
It was the source they used in the multi-way tourney.
Yep. There's Super Coffee making his appearance.
I always thought it was interesting how the way it zooms in on the Jolteon, or the scrolling part, it almost kind of looks like an illusion.
There's a very different, much sillier feel to this round.
Yeah, I like how he just kind of echoes sounds everywhere too. Like some are more high quality than others, which is also weird. And he had a lot of these weird plugins in Final Cut that made it look like After Effects too. Say goodbye with a smiley.
Basically, I couldn't handle him. This
Yeah.
is before I even came close to looking at After Effects.
Yeah.
The reason why I got into After Effects is Daniel Radcliffe 777.
Yeah. The tube
Yeah.
effect that you do in round 8, I always thought was a really interesting thing though.
Yeah, the music I got was from a Ritz DVD that I had.
Huh.
It's based on railways, which I have a fetish on.
Yeah. Lots of different little wax things too. And then I like how Micro's last round is like the same title. And then a majority of it is just putting like a cube on top with the music thing on the inside. It's a really interesting way to close.
Well, you know.
I remember Micro actually had to re-upload this because initially this spinning cube actually went off screen.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
bit of a small editing error.
Yeah. Definitely a good way to close though. That was another
Basically
one.
means they ripped my arse off.
Yep, that would have been the match where GameBop actually hit his current winning streak of 7 matches in a row.
I wish I could have seen the match the whole way through rather than having computer trouble and having to be replaced at the end. But
Yeah.
my recent serve in the
Yes, I must have been
multi-way
the little
tourney
horse.
was meant to sort of, I don't know, fix that in a way.
Yeah. At least Coffee apparently won the favor enough with his round. So next we got Luigi versus Trepmoz versus Moogle.
Oh, okay.
Very good match.
Probably the favorite one I've ever done. So many things worked out well with this.
Yes, it was a very, very good match.
Great combination of players, great combination of sources. I mean,
There's a
everyone
problem
was,
with this call. Hold on while we're trying to get the call back.
it came back for me. It's gonna come back like very soon, if it doesn't now. This Tom and Jerry cartoon that Luigi uses is like one of my favorites ever. So
Yeah.
that's one reason why this round is one of my favorites.
My
of
favourite
his.
part was the hole that Jerry pops out.
Yeah, that's a really cool thing right there.
That's the reason why I keep looking at this video so many times, is that.
It's also kind of weird how absurdly loud it gets that one part, as opposed to the rest of the video being very quiet. But the unsharp mask stuff that Luigi does, I think, is really cool.
oh yeah. Yeah, he just established the sources as anime, classic cartoons, and well, me and Google just kind of continued on with that.
And also the Bugs Bunny cartoon that you use in your round 2 is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, I had that one on VHS and I freaking grew up with it. So
I think I may have that same VHS, if not another one that has that cartoon on it. Also that Droopy cartoon, I've always loved.
yeah, well, there'd be the Tex Avery stuff. I mean, that was also my jam back in my childhood.
Yeah, you just kind of put yourself all over in this video here. And then the eye thing at the end, which Moogle would do something very awesome with.
I know.
I feel too. Frickin' cartoon eye thing is amazing. The gigantic cock with Kukori coming in afterward. That is just brilliant.
Yeah, and it's the Game Up Ruins Your Fun, crank gift too.
You cock.
Yeah, it took me forever to realize the joke there of the guy saying, "Oh wow, real pussy," and there's Tom on the screen. I did not realize it for the longest time.
Then with Luigi's round 4, he apparently, I remember reading in the cafe, his roommates actually found this video and played it over and over again, apparently.
Ah.
Well then.
Because they apparently thought it was really funny he made these things. I like how he counters gigantic cock, too.
Yeah, I was a little concerned before this round came out said whether Louis and Luigi would be able to keep up with us or not, and clearly that was not a problem.
Yep. He also uses that dinosaur thing with the yee in it several years before anyone even knew of it. And that's the beginning of that whole layered thing where stuff just gets piled on. Starts out with one frame and then Aladdin writing on a carpet.
Yeah. Yeah, they just had to build on top of that, and
Yep.
yeah.
I also love how you use the Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah, I mean, like, this whole round was just me adding in, like, nostalgic stuff from my childhood, so,
Yes.
I mean, I watched the hell out of Rescuers Down Under, so that just seemed like another logical thing to add in.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that this match was only in the second set.
Yeah.
At this point, I got a little lazy to start, like, scrambling things in.
Yeah. And then you added a sun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Along with Lord Slug and, you know, just shoehorning in Toho because why not?
Yeah, it's real nice.
Look in the TV.
Oh, that's real nice. Who gave it to you?
Now my armpits are gonna smell like dick. Daniel Radcliffe 777 actually said that one part where the round is going into the television is like one of the most creative things he had ever seen at that point. I remember seeing the comment, but it's gone now.
At this point, the layering got insane, so I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. I never knew what that weird source with the farmer was that he added was.
That was actually, I don't remember the entire context, but I had actually linked that to Moogle shortly before the round.
Oh, really? Huh. I almost feel like it looks like a Kukori spin-off. Like maybe Kukori lives on a farm and that's the farmer that he lives with or something like that.
It is a foreign cartoon,
Yeah.
but it's about a mole.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I love how Luigi plays with that too in his round 7. Like he does this weird layering thing with the background. It's taking a long time for me to load though. Now it's loaded.
I'm getting info lag.
And he adds that Kia commercial with the hamsters.
Yeah. Freaking.
And the 3 Calaberos, many toasters and 2 real-life Bowsers. As well as new Pagodi.
Just more things to go on the television.
Yes. And the turtle. The thing where he throws a basketball. This round is really awesome.
Love the reintroduction of that.
Yes. And then there comes round 8, which is the first video I ever saw from Trepmoz.
A good note to start on.
Yeah.
Very proud of how this one turned out.
I love your edition of The Tale of Two Kitties. That's just such an amazing cartoon.
Yeah.
And he's just shoving him in the box. And the Tau House spanking thing.
There are a few things I knew before I even saw Luigi's round that I was going to do. The tie-dye bomb was one of them, and this upper part up ahead is the other one I was like working on in advance.
Yeah, oh my god, this opera part is absolutely amazing. That's like one of the most creative things I've ever seen you do.
I was doing like frame by frame masking to make sure I follow the rabbit along.
It's really clever. I did that in another round I played in an earlier match with Chibi Cyndaquil where I did that with Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, this part here where I was like messing with the reverbs is like, okay, no one's done that yet.
That was really awesome. And then there's round 9.
Yeah.
Which has a very beautiful beginning to it. Like it's just everything. He apparently used like probably the most layers he's ever used in a single video in this video.
Yeah. He had to one-up me in every way possible, didn't he?
Yeah. And the Jolteon source he adds.
Oh god.
and fuck being cookie cutted. Give me the bird.
Oh my goodness.
totally forgot about that.
Just representative images from every round.
Yep.
And at this point I realized, shit, I forgot to answer that question, didn't I?
I like the end too, where he gets the main character from every round in one place. So why not you, Yuko Trep?
Let's see. Well, my first answer was I forgot to answer that question. The other one was it's a bit because she still has to return my PS2 and after I let her borrow when her Dreamcast broke.
And you have a preference for girls with green hair.
Oh, perhaps. Maybe a little.
Yeah, I think you said that too. I remember reading when I was writing about this match. Okay.
I might have listed that as a reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds like me.
Okay, next up we got Daft Punk Yoshi versus Corruption Sound versus Metz Gore, which is another really awesome
It was actually a
match.
quite intriguing match to see what Daft Punk Yoshi can do with his WMM effects.
Which he actually was a really strong player in this match.
He's not one of those that will go down and die.
Very strong serve. Definitely an interesting serve to work, source to work with. Master Kaftumi Ninja. The Master Katumi Ninja.
Only for the Atari Jaguar.
Yes.
A bootleg Mortal Kombat 5.
Yes.
Oh, bootleg community.
Fatality. Round 2, which
We go from Windows Movie Maker to highly advanced Sony Vegas.
yes.
I really like that music he used at the beginning.
Yeah. I've always loved how Corruption Sound just adds Krusty the Clown. I've always thought that was like one of his funniest additions.
He used a lot of VST plugins.
Yes. I like how he does with the 5, spinning 5 from the end.
But yeah, this was another video that got desynced, so...
Yeah, that's really weird. But it appears to look better now.
Yeah.
I love the end of this video too. This thing right
Yeah.
here.
I don't even know, man.
And then of course round 3 just explodes with all this stuff.
How's your German?
Yes.
Nice.
I love that.
I know.
Where that's from? I couldn't remember.
I can't remember where that's from, but I remember I wanted to use that in my serve to game up for our 100 round tennis, and I forgot to. But I think I might do it for round 3 just for fun. And this face morphing thing, everybody thought that was an effect because of how insane that was. But I think it was a source from something. And then After Effects right
3D
here.
stuff, what the hell plugin is this even?
That's After Effects
I
right
think
there.
that's Time Warp and After Effects. Slow it down by 25%, you use Pixel Mix.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And then kind of buzzing thing
So
here.
look at this bit, the bottom half of it, the way it just folds up
I
like a mountain.
And then the round racing with itself.
I mean, it's just
Oh,
out
the
there.
finished
feels
bit.
like this.
I actually like this one quite well, actually. The way it was interpreted.
And then that weird jewelry infomercial at the end in German. Apparently, there must be jokes there that none of us are understanding.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
closest to me to understand would be me.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, Corruption and Metzgore could have their own like conversation, like
Yeah,
separate from.
I have the feeling that half of what went on in Metzgore's videos in this match were all in-jokes that nobody got except them. And then Daft Punk Yoshi played really strongly at this point with round 4. Like, it's absolutely insane how hard he worked just to try to volley something like that and how well it worked with his style. Because I think this is absolutely beautiful, especially with the weird
Oh, definitely.
new transitions he uses.
Wait,
And
is that a chroma key effect in Movie
Yeah,
Maker?
there are actually chroma key effects in Movie Maker.
I'll be damned.
Yeah. Me and GameBop used them a lot, I know.
There's even some composite modes of add or subtract.
Yeah, there is. Where did you learn to fly? Yeah, he uses some of those composites in here as well. Player 1-1. This is where Corruption Sound starts to slip a little bit, I think. Because he was late with both of this round and the round before it.
Corruption Sound late?
Yeah,
The very concept is insane.
yeah, he started getting really late during this match. In this particular round, I think he had to rush, and so it wasn't as good. And I think it detracted from the atmosphere as well. But then there's this Mr. T thing, which made Daniel Radcliffe lose it, apparently, according to his words. And then this round right here, round 6, is my favorite Metzgory video ever. It's still, like, it's such a bone-chilling round, this video. Because you just get that really low noise. And then you get... just this whole video,
That's layering of awkward masking.
that really weird drone.
I drink your blood.
It's just, oh my gosh. And then the thing he does with Mr. T, right around here. That's just amazing. All the sources he adds are amazing. Just that what? Yeah, he was on his own planet basically in this match. And this right here is Daft Punk Yoshi's last video that I think he ever made in Windows Movie Maker. He never went back to it after this video. So it's kind of the end of an era after that.
Huh. Honestly, I mean, after that last round you made, you could have fooled me.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a trick where you render it as 25 and then you import it again as 30.
Yeah, I think...
Like of these vertical lines.
Yeah, I think by this time
Horizontal,
he had...
whatever.
By this time Daft Punk Yoshi had already switched to using Premiere Elements 8, but I think for the tournament he was still going to use Movie Maker. And so, because he didn't play in another match after this one, this was his last video. And then there's sexual shitting.
Oh, God.
This round is probably Corruption Sound's weakest round because of how many sources it adds and how little of the previous round is in it. So a lot of it is that weird racing game.
This is also the peak of the beginning of analog video sources.
Yeah. Well, actually, he did take part of this in Windows Movie Maker, actually, and he made it while he was at school, in fact.
Oh, I made some progress in the school.
Always remember to avoid solid objects, boys and girls.
Ooh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah. I like that effect at the end, though. I thought that spin thing. And then, round 9 has so many things that I've never been able to figure out the context of in it. Like, I love how it begins, because it's just this absolute storm of stuff. And then Reverend Byrne. These videos just had this energy in it that just kind of wailed and it screamed, but then it could retract, and it could become this completely different thing, like this thing with black and white footage that I've never been able to understand where any of this is from. I think it's from Eraserhead, but I haven't the slightest clue where else.
Hey, I'm just gonna butt in and say that the background source is indeed from Razorhead. I don't know what like the source in front of it is, but yeah, hi, hello.
Hi, Razor.
Okay.
I figured you would know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I assume it's probably something from an old Batman just because of the poster, but I have no clue. And then there's this thing with Keith Richards' head pasted on a woman that I've never been able to understand. And this laser gun thing. And then there's this end. I've never been able to figure out.
Feeling slightly unnerved right now.
Yeah, I have no idea where this comes from, but I definitely know the song comes from, like, the PBS Kids channel, because they played it during bumpers. And there's a mattress ranch. Yeah, he was just kind of... It was just really... He had this really bizarre take, but because it was just so out there, he apparently won just because everybody loved it so much. Alright, next we have a really fun one. We have Nez Fanboy versus Klaus the Wizard versus Ifsj.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
These days known as Tolemas Retain, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I made up a random way to probably pronounce his old name in the wiki. It's like Ifsj, I don't remember. It's one of the greatest matches ever for all the wrong reasons.
Oh yes. I just forgot how loud this round was. I have to turn this down a bit.
Yeah, NES Fanboy's videos were disproportionately loud compared to everybody else. He uses a lot of sources in this serve, which I find really funny. And a lot of them are like snippets of existing stuff. Like he references the chocolate pudding thing and the rev up those fryers thing. And then it's just so much, there's so much 2010 going on in this video. He is a YTPer, is pretty much rooted to the era, I think. Just that head. I think that was Evil Skittle Monster's avatar at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also like the end how he uses Ahmed's bombing job was rushed. Because I remember he was kind of all over that video for a while. One thing I distinctively remember about his old channel. Now one thing I definitely... One thing I definitely remember is that Klaus the Wizard actually won this match by raw score, but he didn't advance because of a big penalty he got for his round 8. That was really the only reason why NES Fanboy actually won.
I feel like this was actually, in my opinion, one of the strongest showings from NES Fanboy.
Yeah. I remember reading the votes, and apparently Klaus actually won by like a very large margin, interestingly enough. And then there's Total Masses rounds, which I like how he just adds in all this weird stuff, like the Team Fortress 2 things. Gay Ben. And then there's this famous video right here.
I really like this round.
Yeah.
Like, the audio doesn't even really line up with the right part of the round.
Yeah. And then of course there's the bananas.
Oh my gosh. I love this. I forgot about this. I didn't realize it was in this match.
It's one way to stretch the time out to the limit.
And then there's a bunch of Sonic. Beautiful. That new blue thing he does with the bananas is actually really interesting.
Ow. That ear rape.
Stop shouting! And he definitely added a lot more source than he probably could have. Though I think what NES Fanboy does with this eyeless fry in the next round is really good.
Oh my god.
This thing right here, I thought, was probably one of NES Fanboy's best moments. And thankfully, we had just gotten this round back.
25 p.m. Eastern time today. Eastern time today.
How
Eastern
dare
time.
you, sir?
Disgraceful.
Disgraceful.
You try to claim. You try to claim. You.
Yep.
Disgraceful.
Tennis.wmb.
Disgraceful.
Oh, you're sick. You say
Disgraceful.
Yep. That match just kind of ground to a halt after that. Right. Next. Fun Acceptable versus Sergeant Bacon versus Rack Ninja. This is a really slow match, actually, if I remember correctly. Because everybody just had this really slow style during that. And that was where Fun Acceptable's style actually became really interesting and effective.